Welcome back. You're still listening to Breakfast Connect on Africa Business Radio. Nigeria's foreign exchange market has been said to be in a crisis. Some market analysts who are of this opinion on various platforms and instances believe the crisis is as a result of massive speculation, hoarding and panic buying, which has put the Naira under serious pressure. Now, the situation even seems more exacerbated during the pandemic, with reports alleging that about $3 billion is on standby to be wired offshore by investors immediately the pandemic wanes and economic activity resumes fully. Now, how do we stabilize and sustain practitioners' confidence in this essential market of the economy? Mr. Aminu Gwadabe, President of the Association of Bureau de Change Operators of Nigeria, joins us now for more. Welcome and thank you for joining us on the program today.
Thank you very much.
We'd like to know, how have BDC operators reacted or responded to the shutdown of the BDC subsector window during the lockdown and gradual relaxation of the lockdown measures?
Well, the Bureau de Change has been largely affected by the outbreak of the pandemic because as we speak, up to now, our windows are completely shut down. So all other sources of foreign inflows, our operations, is not there for now. We are praying as soon as the airports resume, then our business will also resume. But it has given us a very, very devastating impact into our operations. In fact, a lot of money has been lost, jobs has been lost. It's the grace of God that we are all living. Virtually 95% of the central bank licensed Bureau de Change out of business. What we even witness now, people that are not licensed are the ones that are parading themselves as even the foreign exchange dealers, retail exchange dealers. So this is the situation. It's not funny. It's very, very difficult for us.
Some experts are saying the effects of the coronavirus may extend until 2021. So
right.
How are you preparing, to sustain businesses and to keep BDCs operational and the business operational for the next 1 year or more, since they said this thing will be with us and the effects will be with us?
We have been advising people. We have been advising the regulators, the Central Bank of Nigeria, to have a paradigm shift from demand measures to supply measures. And part of these supply measures is to put attention on the diaspora remittances. This is a new oil. Diaspora remittance come into billions of dollars, is consistent, is stable, is cheap. And in other countries, is the Bureau de Change that are mostly the agent of this IMTSO. So we are appealing to the regulator to look into that. Yes, there is a circular in 2016 that gave us the agency of that IMTSO. So we are calling on the Central Bank of Nigeria to ensure that they reactivated that circular so that our members can queue into that agency. The Central Bank of Nigeria is the first central bank in the world that cancelled exclusiveness of agency of IMTSO. So along that line, yes, like I said, this is huge chunk, about $20 billion or more, that can definitely contain the 5,000 members of the Bureau de Change. It can go around and it will also ensure liquidity in the retail end, because the pressure mostly now is at the critical retail end of the market. That is where we are seeing pressure. Imagine billions of dollars are transacted in the window, still less than 386, 387 parallel market and other markets for 4 years, 2016 to 2020, until when the pandemic occurred. That's when we noticed volatility, and this is as a result of the dwindling oil revenue, disruptions all over the world, globally, oil prices, falling oil prices, and what have you. So we believe is a very big option like they are also doing in backward integration in terms of agriculture, which will also help us to be less dependent on imported items that consume most of our foreign reserves. You know, traveling, business, travel, school fees, all these are part of our scope, subscription, medical, mortgages, these are part of our product. So we believe also the BDC should be allowed or be given money that they will be doing school fees for their own customers, for their own clients, because those customers exist. It's not only travelers that we are supposed to be dealing with. The same way the bank are having clients on school fees, having clients of subscription, having clients on mortgage payment, the same we have those clients. And you know, we also have the numbers, like put the 21 banks together. I don't think all their network is up to 5,000.
But the regulation of how will that be regulated?
It's easier. Everything has been made simple by automation. Presently, we have an automation in our system where over 4,000 of our members are online real time, where they also render their obligations in terms of return requirements to the Central Bank of Nigeria and the Financial Intelligence Unit. We are prepared, especially with this COVID-19. We are not left behind in terms of technology. So we are embracing IT, even for compliance purposes. As we speak, we have consultants from UK and America that they have designed, developed, configured an automation that will be like a bank-grade automation. Also using artificial intelligence in terms of suspicious transactions that our members will be able to detect. These are some of the fears when it comes to allowing BDC more businesses. So we have noted that and we have come up with a automation technology that will ensure our perception is being positive, our performance is positive, our compliance is also effective.
All right. Now, talking about technology and automation, it's been quite some time now, a little over a year since the launch of your online forex portal, Naija BDCs. What has been the reception to that portal in comparison to ABCON FX? Yes, which a lot of Nigerians are not even aware is not run by a Nigerian.
Yeah, thank you very much first for highlighting that. At least more Nigerians will know that there is another foreign exchange rate engine room, the NaijaBDCs.com. Yes, we are on all social media. We have our Facebook. We have our Instagram. We've been having flows into it. We are also writing to the Ministry of Communication. We're having collaboration with Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, which they are using to put on their own website so that a lot of Nigerians abroad can see it. However, you know, we need to have some effectiveness. And this effectiveness is in terms of our scope of transaction, like I've said. So we should be allowed to do this, to do that. The automation is there. In fact, the NaijaBDC.com is one of the layers of our own automation in ensuring that is helping Nigerians. Like you said, you know about it. Other medias also go to it and make researches. You see, because ABCON is speculative. If you go to ABCON now, ABCON will be telling you rate maybe is about $4.60 to $1. This is anti-nationalism as far as we are concerned. Is a way of demarketing the bureau de change, because the rate presently even at the parallel market, they are below 460. We are talking about 456, 457. We are getting popularity, you know, publicity also on that. People are going in and we've been informing the public about it, and we'll continue to do more so that a lot of Nigerians will know about it and to become the reference point for media, for policy makers, for regulators and security agencies.
So what is your position on the unification of the exchange rate?
You see, unification achieved a lot of things. What really matters is not even the exchange rate, but stability for planning. If exchange rate, like in January, is 350, 400. In May, June is 450. In June, August is 500. What I call round tripping, rent seeking. It also breeds inefficient resource allocation by the time you are using multiple exchange rates. So by the time you unify all these rates, one, it will discourage speculation. Right now we are looking, what is happening is speculation. I am not so sure you don't have even $1,000 in your own DOM account too, because you have lost confidence in the local currency. So people buy dollars to keep, waiting for the rates to go volatile, to go southward, so that, northward, so that they can make a kill. This is a very, very bad economic behavior. It's not done in other climes. Most climes, yes, they have a pandemic, but the exchange rate is the oxygen of the nation. No country will allow its own local currency to fall freely. So unification will address these practices in the system, because it will only be those that is their own business. For past 4 years, we have been under even our regulated margin. This even give us like 3 naira. We witnessed a 3 years period whereby 5,000 of my members are not even making up to 1 naira and will remain in business just to ensure that we are patriotic and to keep the exchange rate stable. So it's a welcome idea, and I'm happy the CBN have indicated interest towards implementing. They have started. It's not new. In 2016, there was the introduction of this I&E window. It's all about investors' confidence. It's all about market determining rate. That is what unification is about. But like I said, it's not easy for every country to allow its own local currency to fall freely. But it will address some certain imbalances, some equations that really need to be stabilized, demand and supply equation. So it will address that imbalance.
So you've been quoted to say that evil forces are determining the exchange rate of the Naira at some point.
Right. Yeah. What I mean by, you see, we from my ordinary economics, it's like in every market, especially in a market determined free market forces, is the demand and supply forces that determine equilibrium. So, and these are supposed to be genuine economic behavior. Who are the forces, if I should ask? Are they not the players in the market, but the buyers and sellers? It is not talking anything different. These are the forces, even though you call them invisible forces in foreign exchange market. But it's human beings that are behind it. And what I mean by evil forces is you see somebody that is doing something inimical, even to the growth of the economy. Hoarding is, for me, you have no reason. People have converted their shop products from goods to foreign exchange. People are selling properties to buy foreign exchange. So this is inimical to the economic growth.
You've been a bit critical of the fuel subsidy regime in the past. With all that is happening now, has your position changed, and for any reason?
You mean subsidy in fuel?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can see occurrence of market determined forces now, and unification of exchange rate will give government more revenue, even though some people will argue that our cost of production is still very, very, very high, even operating at zero revenue or zero profit by our own cost of production. So, however, we have to reflect international standards. That is what we are also calling in terms of the exchange rate. Unification is an international standard. BDC, Agency of International Money Transfer Operators, is an international standard. Remittances by BDCs is an international standard. You go to United Arab Emirates, you can enter any shop and you do remittance from a BDC office. Why can't it happen here in Nigeria? You go to India, about $60 billion that goes into the Indian economy by their own immigrants abroad goes through the BDCs. the whole of Lebanon economy is being driven around BDC operation as a result of their diaspora remittances from their immigrants abroad.
Let's go back to something you said earlier. You just suggested that BDCs should be allowed, to make remittances for payments for school fees and for medical expenses. But not everyone has as much confidence in BDCs as they have in banks. So what is ABCON doing, to make sure people have that confidence in BDCs?
Yes, I quite agree with you. There is issue of perception. However, you see, this is some of the things that we are also appealing to you, the media, to the regulator, to the security agency. It's not good you are demarketing a licensed outfit. The Bureau de Change, people don't even know the difference between a licensed Bureau de Change and unlicensed Bureau de Change. So this is a very big issue. And there is a very big difference. A licensed Bureau de Change is recognized by the Central Bank of Nigeria. It's registered by the Corporate Affairs Commission. We pay VAT. In fact, even we are seeking for VAT exemption. It's another challenge we are facing, which is not global. It's only limited to Nigeria, where BDC are paying VAT on their transactions. So, yes, there is issue of perception. And like I told you, it's technology that we reduce shrewdness, that we put transparency, that we open up businesses, we enhance supervision with technology, and we are already there. We have achieved 95%. Right now, over 3,000 are sending their returns to the Central Bank of Nigeria and Nigerian Financial Intelligence through this automation. So we believe in automation, and automation now, you don't need even bogus servers, you don't need bogus computers in your room. On your phone, you can do automation transactions.
All right.
In fact, what we are having already building is a USSD application, whereby you don't even need an internet. Our guys in the UK and America, they are putting that automation where our members don't even need an internet to do an automation transaction in their system.
Okay, thank you so very much, sir, for talking to us. We hope that in future, when we have matters regarding foreign exchange, we can always call on you for your opinion. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. And next time here at Jungu, please tell Nigerians there is NigeriaBDCs.com.
No problem, sir. We will do that. All right, you've been listening to the president of the Association of Bureau de Change Operators of Nigeria, Aminu Gwadabe. Breakfast Connect will be right back after this.